Boxing fans were not too thrilled when the likes of the man, myth, and legend Floyd Mayweather decided to retire from the ring and drop his boxing gloves. There were other amazing boxers on the ring, but never enough. However, they need not worry because Daniel Dubois was rising in their stead. Heavyweight fighter Daniel Dubois has steadily risen through the ranks by crushing his opponents to become a well-known figure in the world of boxing. Today, we'll take you through Daniel's interesting rise to fame.
Punches again from Dubois, and Manduo is taking them bravely, but you wonder how many more he can take, and he's gone.
When I was born, my dad said, straight away, this kid's got six-pack, so he's going to be a boxer.
Born on September 6, 1997, Daniel Dubois was introduced to the life of boxing at an early age. Growing up in South London was tough, so to keep him out of trouble, his father regularly took him to the gym. The old man probably figured that being beaten up in the gym was safer than getting jumped by street toughs. From the age of 8, Dubois' interest in the sport began to grow. As an amateur, Dubois seemed destined for the title books. He won 2 ABA championships and 2 English schoolboy titles. Surprisingly, rather than take a chance to compete at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, Dubois chose to turn professional at age 19 and signed with boxing promoter Frank Warren. It seemed like an insane decision to make. But not everyone is born with the guts that Dubois had. His decision paid, and he won his first fight in 2017 against Marcus Kelly with a knockout after 35 seconds in the first round. With such a powerful start, Dubois set the tone for his career and established what would become his greatest asset, his explosive punching power. In his 4th professional fight, Dubois claimed the WBC Youth Heavyweight title after defeating Mauricio Barragan in round 2.
The original intention was to give him the Southern Area title fight. South Americans can be extremely tough.
In 2017, just 5 months into his professional career, he claimed the Southern Area Heavyweight title after an impressive knockout win against A.J. Carter in the first round. These consecutive wins solidified Dubois' image as a rising heavyweight boxing sensation.
Again in this opening round, and he goes down for a second time. The right hand again.
But that was just the tip of the iceberg. A year later, Dubois further claimed the English heavyweight title after defeating Tom Little by stoppage in round 5. His aggressive style and ability to maintain pressure on his opponents ensured that he kept his winning streak for a long time.
He is poised now. He's really starting to land big shots, and the ref stopped it. He stopped it. Body shots. He was right on top. Tom Little hated.
His WBO European title came in March of 2019 after he defeated former Romanian WBO heavyweight title challenger Răzvan Cojanu. This victory sealed Dubois' move from a boxing prospect to a real-time terror in the world of boxing, with the speed at which he displaced experienced fighters.
Another one. Oh, and he's caught it. He's trying manfully, but it's been waved all over. And it is finished in the second.
In 2018, Dubois' knockout streak came to an end after his fight against veteran boxer Kevin Johnson. Safe to say that experience would always have an edge over talent. However, the experience wasn't enough to save the veteran from defeat. The 21-year-old combat sensation still pulled the victory via a 100-91 point decision after the 10-round fight. Needless to say, the end justified the means for Dubois. In his words, "It was a learning experience. I gotta look back on the fight and see what I could have improved on."
Learning experience, I got to look back on the fight and see what I could have improved on.
Dubois took his own advice when he resumed his knockout streak after he knocked out Nathan Gorman to clinch the British heavyweight title in July of 2019. What made this win incredible was that before the fight, Gorman had an impressive profile with his 16 wins and no defeats. If that wasn't enough to cast shadows of doubt, learning that Gorman had Tyson Fury in his corner team certainly did not make the situation any better. But did Dubois prove to be up to the task? You bet. With 2 right-hand punches to his temple, Dubois brought Gorman's unbeaten record to a remarkable end.
Gorman needs to keep his concentration.
After the fight, BBC boxing correspondent Mike Costello remarked that Dubois was now one of the brightest prospects in the sport at that moment. And on that, we agree. Dubois' steady climb earned him the nickname Dynamite due to his powerful right-hand punches. It was no surprise, therefore, that he started getting paired with the big names in the sport. While his career was already impressive, it was at this point that his rise to worldwide fame truly began. 2020 started on a powerful note for Daniel Dubois. In February, a fight was announced to take place between him and WBA gold title holder Joe Joyce. In the fight tagged Seek and Destroy, Dubois was billed to defend 4 of his titles, including his WBO international title, while Joyce was billed to defend his gold title, and both would be fighting for the European heavyweight title. No doubt, it was one of the most tasking assignments of Dubois' career. However, the fight was postponed due to corona regulations and restrictions, moving it from April 11th to July 11th. But the British board were still not taking any chances with crowd gatherings, so it was moved again to October 24th.
Both capable of knocking the other person out. It's a fight you don't want to miss.
Joe Joyce against Daniel Dubois is simply too big to resist. It's almost too good to be true.
The match was deemed 50-50 by a lot of pundits, and indeed it was. In a twist of events, however, Dubois recorded a devastating defeat in the 10th round after a sharp knockout jab to his eye sent him on his knee. The fight left Dubois with a broken left orbital bone and nerve damage around the eye, which kept him out of the ring for 5 months.
Probably not working hard enough, and he's just being outworked a little bit.
Oh dear, it's the left eye and he's gone down. He's gone down with the jab.
After that brief hiatus, Dynamite Dubois made his comeback into the ring with his fight with Bogdan Dinu. To him, it was another fight to approach his career from a fresh start perspective. Both fighters were battling for the WBA interim heavyweight title. Perhaps in a bid to redeem himself following his abysmal loss to Joyce, Dubois wasted no time in delivering a powerful knockout in the second round to seal his victory. It was certainly a welcome turn of events for fans and media outlets, as it gave them something positive to talk about after his 6-month-old loss.
He's counted out on his knees, and Daniel Dubois gets a second round knockout win.
In July of 2021, Dubois announced his fight in the United States in a fixed match with Joe Kasumanu in the undercard of Jake Paul versus Tyrone Woodley. Now, what made this fight important was that it was his first fight outside the UK. Dubois secured his win with a first-round technical knockout to his opponent. This win showcased Dubois' ability to maintain his wins even outside his local base.
Looks like that right hand is there for Dubois. Down he goes!
In February of 2022, Dubois was slated to fight Trevor Bryan for the WBA heavyweight title. Before a 500-man spectator audience, Dubois defeated Bryan by knockout in the 4th round, securing his win of the title.
To the chin of Trevor Bryan, he's not going to beat the count. And Daniel Dubois is the WBA regular heavyweight champion.
But here's the interesting part. While the WBA regular heavyweight belt was a big deal, the real WBA heavyweight was much more important. And at that time, the holder of the belt was none other than Alexander Usyk. Dubois' win against Bryan meant that he had to fight Usyk for his unified heavyweight championship title. As expected, the fight pulled a massive 24,000 in attendance, the kind that makes you book hotels ahead if you want to get a chance at witnessing the fight. I mean, it's a world title consolidation we're talking about here. Dubois was forced to take a knee during the fight after 9 rounds, with Usyk retaining his titles.
And Usyk just nods his head. Can Daniel Dubois beat the count? It's all over.
However, the results sparked hot debate among media pundits and commentators, especially in the 5th round. Dubois delivered a punch during the round which sent Usyk to the canvas. However, the referee ruled it as a low blow and awarded a 5-minute recovery time to Usyk.
Oh, there's a body shot from Dubois! And they are saying that's a low blow, a bad low blow.
Considering that it would have been a knockout win for Dubois had it been allowed, the decision of the referee was hotly contested. Dubois himself felt that his blow wasn't illegal.
Alexander Usyk, was it a legal blow?
Of course it was. Of course it wasn't.
His promoter, Frank Warren, shared the same sentiments, insisting that Usyk should have been given a 10 count by the referee. Not time to recover, but hey, we don't expect him to say anything different, right?
He got 180 times more time he should have got to recover from a genuine punch.
In December of 2023, Daniel Dubois faced off against the popular Jarrell Big Baby Miller on the undercard of Riyadh season's blockbuster event headlined by Anthony Joshua versus Otto Wallen. With nearly a 100-pound weight difference, Miller brought pressure early, but Dubois had other plans.
Homer Simpson, huh? This is the most I've seen him move laterally. That's a big man.
Dubois weathered Miller's early pressure, and by the 10th round, Dubois had taken full control, landing a career-high 208 punches with a 40% contact rate. Dubois unleashed a flurry of power shots, forcing the referee to stop the fight with just 10 seconds left. Dubois then faced his toughest challenge in June of 2024 when he fought the IBF's top contender, Filip Hrgović, for the IBF interim heavyweight title. At the start of the fight, it seemed like Dubois was shaky in his form, but he soon found his rhythm as the rounds progressed. By the 8th round, Dubois landed the final power shot that sealed his biggest win in his career. In September of 2024, Daniel Dubois, the reigning IBF heavyweight champion, went toe-to-toe with Anthony Joshua in front of over 90,000 roaring fans at Wembley. As expected, the match was dubbed one of Dubois' most anticipated fights. Trust me when I say this match was a roller coaster from the get-go. From the opening bell, Dubois made it clear that he was on a mission, aggressively setting the tone of the fight with a sharp jab at Joshua. And just as the first round was closing, bam! A massive overhand right from Dubois dropped Joshua to the canvas. By round 5, Joshua had gone down 3 more times. The final devastating right hand from Dubois sent him sprawling on the canvas, securing his win with a knockout victory. This massive win proved yet again that Dubois was not just a champion, but a star to be acknowledged by all who love the sport. From here, there's no telling how high Dubois' career would go. Although the fight with Joshua had a rematch clause, the latter pulled out of the match slated for February of 2025, stating injury issues. But as most commentators had already started calling for his retirement, we doubt that his pulling out will make much of a difference. For Dubois, however, his promoter announced that he would still be defending his title come February of 2025. Really, don't we just love athletes who aren't afraid of defending their wins? Dubois is slated to make a defense of his IBF heavyweight title against interim WBO heavyweight champion Joseph Parker on February 22nd, 2025. We can't wait to watch this boxing icon defend his titles yet again. And that's it on today's episode. We hope you've enjoyed the journey through the rise of this sensational athlete. What do you think of his achievements so far? Do leave your comments below, and we'll see you in our next episode. Thank you for watching.